hopefully I'm in the shot here. I guess I could sit down just to be safe. Alright, so here we are. I got bruise down to my wrist, got down to my hip bone. Tear is right through here. Got a bruise over to this side of my back, down my belly. This is kind of swollen over my xiphoid process. And actually, the xiphoid process hurts worse than the back does at this point. Weirdly enough, don't know why. But for whatever reason, I am to a point now where we're, I think, 11, 12 days out, and I can go as far to the side with my right as I can with my left. Another angle on that. So I think I've gotten back basically all my range of motion in the first 12 days or so since the injury. I am now about to go into the next stage of the Bill Starr and George Lehman and Mark Bell and everybody else that I could find videos on methods seems to indicate that the smart thing to do at this point is get a bunch of blood in there with little bitty weights. We have a whopping 65 pounds on the bar here, so don't get too excited there, kids. But I'm about to do a set of, I don't know, 24, 25. I was just doing sets of 25, banging them out, and then somebody last night at the gym pointed out maybe I should do triples just because it's easier to keep your concentration on your form. And so I'll probably try to do 8 triples without putting the bar back in the rack. And then after I do this tonight, I'm probably not going to do anything else. Last night after I finished this, I did arms for like an hour, hour and a half, and my arms are sore as hell today. Honestly, biceps are the sorest that they've been in years. But I was up there at the gym and everybody else was training and I couldn't, so I did my silly barbell stuff and then just did bis and tris because I'm still able to do that. So trying to do what I can, starting up again very slowly. Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep really good form. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to work on my arch, both this arch, this upper back arch, crushing the can, as well as my lower back arch. So here we go. Alrighty. As you can see, I got my Jesus spots. Don't think you really need them for this, but you never know. So as I started off doing floor presses with just my bare hands, maybe I think exactly a week after I tore it, started doing those, and then kind of did those for a few days, and then just spent a few days doing this, which I know is kind of silly pro wrestler thing to do, but I became convinced that the more times I could flex it under no load like this, the better I would, better chance I would have of all that stuff reconnecting. I'm not a doctor, but I know there's a knitting process going on in there, and I know that I haven't torn it all the way because I couldn't do this. And so all the evidence seems to point to the fact that there's a tear right through this kind of spot right here. And so trying to get it healed back up. I have been doing Epsom salt baths like you would not believe. I do a lot of ice. I'm about to ice it after this. I've got a couple more sets of these I'm gonna do before I call it a night. Then we'll go down, take a bath, make an Epsom salt poultice, lay that on here the whole time I'm in the bath, and then ice it down. And then tomorrow we'll add 5 more pounds. The next day add 5 more pounds, and gradually, slowly, hopefully this thing will come back. The idea seems to be that as it's healing, it's going to obviously get scar tissue in there. By doing the light reps and a bunch of them, we get more blood in there, which helps the healing process. But getting more blood in there also, doing the repetitions in addition to the blood will also hopefully kind of line up the scar tissue in the correct way so that it will heal up as best as it can to hopefully give me as much structure in that pec as possible once it's all healed up. And we'll see how it shakes out. Hopefully there'll be a lot of pec there left, and I'll still be able to look all sexy like Mark Bell after all his torn pecs. If not, then I guess we'll just have to get tighter bench shirts, or time will tell what's going to end up coming to that. But I feel like there's a lot of a lot of material still touching, so hopefully it's going to knit back pretty good. Thank you for everybody's concern.